Three, two, one. Almost every contractor I talk to says the same thing about the lead sites. It used to work and then it didn't. Do you hear that as well?
Oh yeah, we lived it every week. It was good, and then it went to shit. And most guys blame themselves, like they lost their edge or something like that. They didn't. The thing changed underneath them on purpose.
Yeah, and it's not like they let you know it was going to change, or they told you, they sent you a memo that said it was going to change on you. You just feel it every month. More of your money going out and less coming in.
Oh, every bit of it, dude. I mean, we felt that to where it literally took a decline in our business because of it. We thought we were expanding. We were doing really well. We started getting into leads, and the leads killed our actual business versus giving us that edge to be able to grow the way we wanted
It
to.
is okay. Let me push back on that one just a little bit. Are you're saying that they worked? Be straight with me. Did the sites actually work, or did they used to work, or are you just remembering it different? Is it just because you thought they did?
No, I mean, we got leads, but when we would reach out to the homeowners, we found that there was 5 other companies that had already reached out to them, and the jobs we did get, we ended up having to bid them so low that there was no margins. So we didn't make any money on the job itself, and we paid to get it. So we were actually in a decline in what we were spending instead of growing.
So you were making good money at the beginning, and it was actually because at some point, let's assume that those lead vendors were sending you the leads or putting you at the top of the list of those 5 companies that they were marketing that lead to, and then eventually over time it became a blood in the water shark attack, fight for the job, in which unfortunately I think you mentioned it before, you used the term race to the bottom, and so that's what you experienced.
Oh, 100%. And you see it everywhere. You can go on just, Facebook groups with tens of thousands of people in there. You see it happening everywhere. It's like the new thing.
Yeah, and I would assume that when it stops working, when you stop getting those premium leads, or you stop getting that good lead that you're the first contractor to talk to, then you assume it's you, right? Yeah, I mean, my assumption if I was getting lead gen would be that if I was closing before and now I'm not closing, that something has changed for me. I would assume it was me. I've lost a step, or something. I'm doing something different than I was before. I'm not doing my job properly, or maybe I'm not as good at closing as I used to be. Right? I would make that assumption.
And that's what I did. I totally took it almost personal, as far as not personal towards they didn't like me, but personal inwards. Like, what am I doing wrong?
So when it comes to the leads themselves, because obviously, I've been in those funnels myself. I see an ad come up, that I fill out the form. I fill out something that's reaching out to that company, who I think is the company anyway, but reaching out to an ad vendor, and then my lead gets sold to 5 different contractors, sometimes more. So instead of you as a contractor getting a fair shot at that, 5 of you at least are paying full price for my name, and then racing each other to try to get into my inbox. Does that sound accurate?
Oh, 100%.
So if we look at it that way, then the site itself, whoever these lead gen vendors are, they make more money because they're getting paid. They got one lead coming in. They paid for the marketing. They paid for the approach that got that lead into a funnel. Say I'm the customer. They got me into the funnel, but they're charging you and all the other 4 or 5 vendors or contractors for that same lead. So you guys are all paying for my name, even though only one of you is going to get it, and potentially only one of you is going to get it.
Well, yeah, if that homeowner ends up going with those 5 contractors, and there's cases where they end up selling you to 10, and now they got 10
So it could even
people.
be worse than that.
It could even be worse than that. Yeah, absolutely. And there's only one thing that does. When you have a bunch of contractors racing each other to one homeowner. They paid good money for that homeowner to even be able to have a conversation. That homeowner can't what's the word I'm looking for? We can cut that out or cut this out here.
What are you shooting for? Differentiate?
Differentiate. Yes.
Yeah.
The homeowner. Okay, ready? 2, 3. The homeowner can't differentiate. I can't even say.
Distinguish. The homeowner can't distinguish.
Dude, bloopers. I love it. This is what we got, dude. This is all fun. Cut this out. Okay. Um, the homeowner can't decide between 5 different contractors because they all look the same. The only thing that they have to go off of is an actual number and a price. So the only thing they've got to judge is who's going to give them the best deal.
So, and again, that happens, that portion of this process happens once the homeowner has been in contact with you, or maybe we've got different contractors and each of you is bidding, trying to get to that race to the bottom you mentioned before. But what we're talking about at this point is when they're selling that lead to you, it's not by accident that they're selling it to 5, 6, maybe 10 different contractors. That's intentional. That's the way the system is built. Is it not?
Oh, yes, it is. I mean, I like to think of it as supply and demand, right? Contractors are thirsty for jobs. So they give the supply, which is the homeowner, and they're all going to come running. It's like gas. You've got to purchase gas, right? Well, contractors got to, word of mouth is great, but it's not going, it's not going to let you scale.
Right, and obviously when you go in to get in a situation where you're generating leads and you're going through one of these companies, and I think the most important point we want to make here is that what I'm saying is you're buying into a system where you're being sold a lead, the same lead that 4 or 5 other trucks, maybe 6 other trucks are being sold. You're just one of a number of contractors that now has to get in touch with that customer, has to get him to pick up your call, has to somehow differentiate yourself between you and all the other 5 people who are now quite literally harassing them to get them on the phone as quickly as possible. The reality is that lead is being sold. You're paying full price for it, but so are 5 other contractors or 6 other contractors or 10. That's the point. It's the shared lead model. Is you're paying to be one of many contractors, maybe 5 or 6 contractors, and is that what you're saying? Is that what your experience was?
Yes. And it's
an
experience. You can talk to, you can probably talk to 10 contractors, and 7 of them that have used shared leads will probably tell you the same thing.
Gotcha. So this is not a single flawed model. This is the model for lead generation.
It is the way these businesses have built it.